Hey there guys, welcome back to Aero Brothers. Today we actually have a really cool plane from Horizon Hobby called the Aero Commander.
It's awesome looking actually.
Yeah, so this is actually a two-cell twin-engine micro airplane. The thing I think is really cool about this, there's a few models out there. I've seen the B-25. They do have a B-17 multi-engine models, but I really like the micros and twin engine. That's cool.
Yeah. They're so powerful.
Exactly.
These have dual brushless motors, right?
Which, yeah, I mean, can't get any better than that.
That's awesome.
You can't get better than brushless motors, man. One thing I really like about it too, accessing the battery hatch is like easier than anything else you could get. Basically,
Magnetic.
yep, you have all that room in there. The airplane does not have lights, which is the thing which the Timber had, which we did a review on not too long ago.
Yeah, yeah.
This is basically part of, I'd say, the last couple months of Horizon Hobby's new micros, and these have been really awesome so far.
Yeah.
One thing I really like about it, just off the bat, is I love the design. It's cool to have kind of a cargo airplane, you know, civilian aircraft look to it.
Looks like it would really stand out in the air too.
Yeah, the red and the white.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about it as well. I also love the tricycle gear. I mean, you can't beat that. The gear on this airplane is actually a really good size. I could definitely take that off a road any day if I felt like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just stoked to try this thing out, man.
Yeah.
You ready to try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna go ahead here and actually take this thing off from the ground. If that doesn't work, we'll just give it a nice little toss. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright man, let's try this thing out. Oh jeez.
It definitely will.
Oh, no.
A little rough. Oh, that's so much power.
Holy crap.
That's so much power.
Holy crap.
It didn't even dip at all.
Alrighty, so that was effortless. That was so much power.
I feel like I didn't even have to throw it, just let it go.
Exactly, that was unbelievable. So first off, airplane definitely has a lot of lift to it, which is awesome. Definitely not short on power by any means. Definitely not lacking in that department whatsoever.
Yeah, dual brushless motors, I wouldn't think so.
Oh man, dude, this thing's a rocket ship. Here's full power.
Infinite up.
Something.
There's your tricks already. Oh.
I get a little cocky, I'm sorry.
It's 4-channel
Dude,
plane.
this thing is, this is so unlike, I didn't think it was gonna be this good.
Are you speechless?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, holy crap, this thing is fast, man. Full power. I mean, it just rips through the sky, man. I mean, it's so quick. Listen to those motors.
So going full power will get you about 3 minutes of flight time.
Okay, let's slow her down a little bit. Hey, look. He's a little low.
A little bit.
Hey there, how you doing? I'm gonna fly with him here.
That looks cool actually. Okay, get fueled up.
Whee! With what, the latest issue of People magazine? That was a civilian plane dummy. Alrighty.
I don't know.
First off, okay, so we know the power thing's a big one, obviously. Definitely has infinite climb, pretty much. This thing is insane on climb. Okay, just so you have an idea, this is 1/3 throttle. It's got just tons of power. What I really like about it off the bat, it is extremely stable. I mean, what I really like about twin engine airplanes is that they definitely have a little bit more of a stability to them than a single engine plane would. It just, I don't know, you can go a lot slower with having two motors versus just one, you know? So, first off, let's do some low passes. What do you think?
Let's do it, yeah.
See how it does at some slower speeds. Because we've seen how it can do fast and it does excellent. So turn her around here, nice and slow. Bring her nice and close.
That's awesome.
Dude, that is so stable. This is like 1/10 throttle here. So what do you think just from looking at it?
It looks super scale, super controllable. Like I don't see any bad tendencies with it so far.
Honestly, it's not giving me anything that I complain about.
Huh, how do you low?
I mean, would I be doing this with any other airplane? Of a
No.
micro? I mean, would I trust this?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm just cruising around 1/10 throttle here, just staying up here.
Awesome.
Dude, I like this thing, man. This is unreal. This is just such a cool little model. Then you got tons of power to pull out of it.
Woohoo! Is it infinite up?
Here, let me try. Very much. It
Definitely.
just keeps going. No no throttle. Let's see how it glides around. What do you think?
Sure.
No throttle for a little bit.
Just dead stick it.
Yeah. So this is full back, no throttle. It does wobble a little bit. I mean, hang on a sec. We'll see what it can do stalling wise. It wobbles around a bit, but it stabilizes itself. If you can see that, the wings
really
rock
good.
around a little bit.
Well, it does have AS3X, so that should be helping.
Which does help it a little bit, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys are new to this stuff, which there's probably not a lot of you that are, if you're new to this stuff, AS3X is a assistance system, basically. It doesn't actually help you fly the plane. What it does is it takes the elements away from your flight. You don't have, the wind isn't quite a problem with these small micros as it used to be, just because of this awesome technology. They actually have this technology almost in every Horizon Hobby airplane now, don't you think so?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much every aircraft they sell has this system in it, and it's honestly great.
The smallest models to the biggest models now.
Have it now, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
And honestly, you can't go wrong with it. You can fly it, you can have a little bit more fun with the smaller planes or bigger ones. How do you like that low flight?
That's awesome.
I mean, dude, I'm just cruising around, man. This little battery lasts quite a while.
Nice.
Come right at us here. Nice little...
We're about 4 minutes now.
Dang. I was ripping around with it pretty hard earlier.
Yeah.
See how low I can go.
Oh, how slow can you go?
Dude, I mean, this is just awesome. Looked like I was gonna land there.
You're like touching grass.
Look at that climb.
Oh, wow.
Why am I doing tricks with a cargo plane?
Because you're Robert.
Yeah, it does awesome. The airplane definitely does not have any bad tendencies. There's nothing on it that I can see at the moment. When I first started it up, I did need a little bit of up trim, just because it wanted to pitch down a little too easily. So that I'm not sure that's going to be for everyone, but just, you know, kind of be aware of that. And I'll tell you right now, if you blast off full throttle all the way back, you're not going to be coming to the ground. This thing is not underpowered by any means.
Definitely not.
So I'd say we've been flying long enough. I think we should bring it in and put another battery in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. With how slow this thing flies, should probably be no issue at all. So I'm going to go ahead and come this way.
Come towards us?
No, I am. I'll just turn around for a nice long one. I've gotten better. You're like, eh.
I don't know about that. There you
Perfect. Go. So yeah, the airplane did awesome. I mean, as you saw there, a little bouncy. The grass is a little long for it. But I'll tell you right now, if you were on road, this would have been a piece of cake. That was a mostly dead stick, a little bit of power, but I mean, it's just stable as I'll get out. So I think what we should do now is we're gonna throw another battery in here. Let's see what Damon thinks of it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so first off, what do you think of it?
It's super easy to fly. I mean, you can just take your fingers off the sticks and it just goes straight.
It has so much power.
I mean, this is half throttle.
Yeah, that would throw anyone off. Okay, what I really want you to do, get a little lower, but then pull vertical and just unload the throttle.
Okay.
I mean, throw the throttle all the way forward, try it out.
I'll get lower.
Watch that climb, go for the climb.
Oh, wow.
You'd lose it.
It just keeps going.
The camera can't even keep up with that little thing.
That's amazing. Yep.
Have you ever seen a micro with that much power?
And the roll isn't that fast either.
Oh, yeah, it's not super overly quick.
It's not 3D fast.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, you know, a bigger plane.
Yeah. Seems awesome.
You like it?
I might have to pick this one up for myself.
Yeah, you do. We'll put like orange and blue stripes on each one of our wings.
Yeah, yeah.
Be fine. That'd be great, actually.
This thing's not intimidating at all. I like it.
Oh, it's real. I mean, it's got a lot of speed, but it's very forgiving.
But you can just float around. You don't have to go fast.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you saw how low I was getting.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't have any bad stall characteristics.
You know, one thing you should try that we didn't?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and do, see how it holds invert? We haven't tried that yet, actually, yeah.
Come back towards us here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
It just holds it, doesn't it?
It drops a little bit. You have to give a little bit of up.
But not too much, huh?
It's no big deal at all. Start flying over, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. I got you. You know, being a micro, it's a little hard to keep on the camera, so
yeah,
you've got to really pay attention.
With the clouds too.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring it in for a low pass here.
Yeah, you want to try that?
Yeah.
You don't even need rudder. If you just hold it very gentle with the aileron, it'll just hold it.
Okay.
How cool is that?
It's awesome, yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of micros with how fragile they are. I trust going that low.
Oh, definitely not.
But you know what I really love about it? You know, speed and power are your friends when it comes to if you're doing tricks. And this is perfect because, I mean, if you got too low, you have tons of power to get out of it.
Just like this.
I mean, it just climbs. Is that impressive or what?
It is amazing. I don't want to land. This is so much fun.
Isn't it?
There's some birds up there attacking.
Oh, great. Of course. Every time there's a micro, they go after it like crazy.
Well, there's the chirpiest motors too.
Well, you remember the F-16 we did like 3 years ago back in 2015? You remember my little micro F-16, dude? If you threw that up, birds were just swarming you.
Oh yeah, it's like a mating call to them.
Pretty much. Honestly, I mean, you can't find anything else bad to say about it either, can you?
Not at all. Super stable, really easy to fly. If you're experienced with 4 channels, I mean,
oh yeah, this is like perfect.
Yeah.
I gotta say, after flying the Timber in this one, I really think Horizon Hobby is stepping up the game with micros.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, they did excellent years ago, and they still do. But a lot of their models before were fragile, and you didn't feel quite as confident. But man, these little bit bigger ones, man. They kind of like hit the sweet spot.
As soon as they started putting AS3X and brushless motors in these things, it just took off from there.
Completely like changed the entire dynamic of them.
Yep.
What I really like about these bigger micros too is they don't feel like they're gonna break if you look at them wrong, you know?
Right. I'm gonna turn it around and then I'll land.
You gonna go ahead and try to land it?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have to land.
You sure?
I'm a pro.
Well. I mean, yeah, we're at 4 minutes right now, so.
Yeah, it's probably good.
I'm pretty sure you got 2 more minutes out of it if you're flying casual.
Yeah. Drop the throttle, just glide on in.
I definitely give it just a tiny bit when you get close to the ground. It does have a little bit of a tendency for a little bit of a nosedive, you'll see it.
Okay, yeah, I got a little bit of throttle on it.
Yep, just gentle.
There we go.
How cool is that?
No problem. That's amazing. I can't find any bad tendencies with this thing.
No, I honestly think it's great. I mean, it flies awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and fly it around a little bit more. Let's get some shots with the aerial drone, and then we'll go ahead and give it its rating. What do you think?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. got done flying the Aero Commander. This thing was spectacular.
It was amazing.
I mean,
so much power.
Oh my gosh! I mean, you know, if you took off from like even like the road, it would maybe roll an inch and you're off the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't need any runway.
No, not at all.
If you throw it and I have full power, it climbs instantly to the sky. I mean, it's so quick.
You could definitely throw this yourself without a problem.
Yeah. You won't even need it to pull up or anything. It just goes straight up.
Yep.
I didn't notice any bad tendencies with it. It flew spectacular.
No,
I
had
mean,
a really good glide slope. It didn't tip stall or anything. You could pretty much dead stick it in with a little bit of throttle.
Yeah.
And it was no problem.
And if your battery was to die, I think this would be very doable.
Yeah.
Dead stick. You just have to be. You definitely have to give it a little bit of a down, just to keep the speed over the wings going.
Definitely, yeah.
One thing I love about it too, these bigger micros, like I said, really have stepped up the game.
Definitely, yeah.
Just in terms of their construction quality. They also feel a lot, how do I say, more just tougher. They don't feel, because the ones from a few years ago were very paper thin. I mean, you can look at them wrong, they would break something off.
That's how my UMX Beast is.
Yeah.
Super paper thin, yeah.
Yeah, and you remember my P51, which we've shown on the channel before a long time ago.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
that thing was very thin, but it flew really well.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
But what I'm really glad they've done too is they've really phased out the brush motors in these micros, because they needed to a long time ago.
Yep.
I
They're
mean,
just going brushless now.
the brushless and then the size of them. I mean, it's just stepping up the game. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun, man.
Batteries are getting cheaper, motors are getting cheaper, even smaller than you
Oh
can
yeah,
think
yeah,
of.
exactly. If I remember right, this model was $150, $149.99.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, it's worth every penny of it.
Definitely.
I honestly, I don't have anything to complain about. If you really feel like it, I ended up just not doing it because I just really didn't care.
Yeah.
If you really want to, these wheels can be removed. You can remove the landing gear and just belly land it.
Yep.
But I honestly will tell you right now, if you got a small place to land, like, you know, on a runway or something, I would do it. It's cool.
And it did land in grass just fine. It just can't take off.
It just can't take off now.
Yeah.
The wheels are just too small, but it will land. If you bring it nice and gentle and just put it down very softly, it'll roll in the grass and come to a stop.
Definitely. So what's your rating on this guy?
I think this one, I mean, we don't do this very often, but I think this one honestly deserves a solid 10.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah, I agree.
I literally, like you said, there's no stall characteristics to it. It doesn't tip stall, which most of the time these twin engine models, which I've flown a few of them, actually will tend to tip stall if there's any issues. So, yeah, I honestly, like I said, this thing is spectacular. I think Horizon Hobby have done an excellent job of the last few of the micros that we tested. The Timber was awesome. This has been awesome. I'm honestly really looking forward to what they have next, because, I mean, this is going to be a hard one to top. So from us here at United Brothers, we want to say to Horizon Hobby, you guys are doing excellent. Please keep it up. You're one of our favorite companies out there. And I pretty much think this wraps it up, don't you think?
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, my name's Robert.
I'm Damon.
This is United Brothers, and we'll see you guys again next time.
See ya.
Can fly a lot slower than most of the ducted fans will. I mean, right now I'm going about 1/3 still. I mean, most ducted fans, I'd be about half throttle if I was doing this. Yeah, I mean, it does really, really well. One of the biggest problems with this thing when it first came out, this is actually the first version of this airplane. These were extremely fragile. That was the #1 killer for it at first when it came out, was because the fuselage was extremely fragile.
Yeah, that's why you put your carbon spar in there, right?
So what happened with me was when I first got this airplane, my first body that I had on it, I was actually just flying around like this. I decided to go full power and I took a hard left turn, and it actually ripped the nose off from just that turn in flight, which is something you wouldn't expect an airplane to fall apart from flying.
Definitely not.